Sound man. Before, when the Caucasian man dropped them atomic bombs, everyone was scared. But everybody's got him now. So now he has to come to the table and negotiate. Yeah? He's become weak, as the rest of the nations now. Some of them, like China, is accelerating beyond him now. That's why they're demonizing him. Yeah? Demonizing the Chinese, because the Chinese now are getting technology. They're stealing the Caucasians' technology and they're advancing it. That's why they're having problems now. But the problems, ultimately, is going to culminate in World War III. Yeah? And then the earth is going to go get rest, as it says. But first, we have to have diseases, plagues, World War III. All this has to come to pass. That's what the Bible says. All got to come to pass. And we're on our way there. And it's a beautiful thing when World War III kicks off. Because then the fire is going to cleanse the earth. Okay? And we're going to get rid of the rulership of these devils. But thus saith the Lord, it has to play out. Everything in this Bible has to play out. Theocracy, okay? We're in a theocracy. Right now we're in a democracy because the devil's ruling, that's what it means. Democracy, democracy, the demon rule or rule of the demon. And we're going into a theocracy, the ruler of the one they call God and Christ. We're going into that scene. Theos comes from the term theatre. You know when you get plays? So this is a play we're going through right now. And it all plays out the culmination of diseases, famines, and then nuclear war. And at the end of it, the kingdom comes. New kingdom, a new setup comes. And blacks and Hispanics rule in righteousness. And that's what we're waiting for. That's why we come out on the highways and hedges and give our bid, you know? Make our call an election shower. That's what we come out to do, to make our election shower. Yeah? And it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become unto like us? Thy pomp is brought down. The pomp is their pride. Because the Caucasians are very prideful because they got military might. But that pomp is going to be brought down. That pride is going to be brought down. That's all they got to lean on. They're not spiritual people. They haven't got God. They haven't got the ultimate power to lean on. They lean on their sword, their blessing. Their blessing was the sword. Genesis, Abraham gave, Isaac gave Esau that blessing, was the sword, because he cried like a little bitch. Give me one blessing, Father. Oh, just my one blessing, give me. So he gave him the sword. And that's how white people rule. They rule by the sword. They lie, they say they had weapons of mass destruction, they went down there for the oil and the lithium. They can't help it, they're born liars. Psalms 58:3 says as soon as they come out of the womb, they lie. They can't help it. They don't even know why they're liars. Saying that they were William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was a black guy. Yeah? What was William Shakespeare look like? What do you mean who knows? Who do they portray him as? Okay, William Shakespeare was a black guy. Did you know that? No, who knows? See, white people are liars. They say, who knows? Who knows he was a black guy? Okay? King James was a black guy. White people are liars. They can't help themselves because you know what? They got to perpetuate that lie to keep the society, to keep the rulership. Who knows? Who knows? That's what she said. Who knows? But they still paint him up as a fucking white guy. That shows you what kind of people we're dealing with here. They have no soul. They have no soul. They're dark. They got a very dark spirit in them. Evil, very evil. Yeah? And the Lord said that. He said, can a leopard change his spots? He that is accustomed to doing evil, can he change? He's asked you that. A rhetorical question. Can the white man change? No. Can the snake change? No. They were designed to be wicked. And it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, and the worm is spread under thee. What's that worm? Financial debts, quantitative easing, fractional reserve banking. This is that worm that's under them now. Yeah? Because they're trying to transition now into a digital currency, Bitcoin. Yeah? But that ain't gonna save them. Okay, they're not gonna be saved that way. They're gonna be saved for the plantation. They're gonna be saved to go into captivity, into slavery. That's what they're gonna be saved for. Why are they going into slavery? Yeah. Because they put blacks, Hispanics in slavery. That's why they're going into slavery. And it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? When it says how art thou fallen, it means their rulership. Their rulership is falling now. And Lucifer means the light bearer. That means they got the knowledge. And mainly, how did they get their knowledge? From the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our society, their society today is built off of our labour. Not only our labour, but our knowledge. Like I've been going, the traffic lights, the mobile phone, the internet, the computer. They tell us all white guys what done this. But it was the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the brains of this planet. And they told us we was monkeys swinging on trees and all that. But we are the ruling class. We were the royal family. We are the royalty. I mean, they're going to find it out the hard way. Well, the sharp way. Because that sword is going to come down on their neck, like two-edged sword, to execute punishments on them. We're going to execute the punishments on them, according to the Bible. Yeah? And it says here, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, that didst weaken the nations? And how did they weaken the nations? Not only by injecting their foul seed into them. That's why the nations look the way they look today. Like the original, the Chinese were dark, Japanese were dark. It's only when the Caucasians got power, that's why everybody started to lighten up. Okay? And the truth is out now. And it says, and only when they weaken the nations, they weaken them by their Hollywood, their witchcraft. Because the Caucasian race are nothing but witches and warlocks. And in order for you to have to make money and become established, to be so-called idolized, you have to sell your soul in this world. Like all these people you see, with like they say, they have to make a contract. In order for you to have a record deal, in order for you to be a Hollywood star, you've got to have a contract. And in that contract, you have to pledge your soul to Satan. And that's what a lot of these stars have done. A lot of them have regretted it as well. But like the Bible says, this world is set up for Satan's world. Yeah? Everything is out of sync in this world. Okay? Everything. Women above men, men being effeminate. All this is wicked, and all set up by the Caucasian race, the Edomites, the children of Satan. And it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven." And how do they do that? Through their space program. Everything in this Bible is on point. They made it sound like a fictional book, but it's a prophetic book. Yeah? Told you about the past and the future. Yeah? And how did he ascend into heaven? Through his rocket technology, through the men of TV, the Germans. Because after World War II, what were the Russians and the Americans fighting for? They was fighting to get the German scientists. Dr. Werner von Braun, yeah, was one of them. Americans got Dr. Werner von Braun. He was the father of rocket technology. That's how they got into the heavens after World War II. Yeah? And that's what he's saying. And it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, they will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." And how do they do that? Slavery. The stars are the Edomites, are the Israelites. Yeah? And it tells you that they drew the third part of the stars, and that was in 70 AD, when the Romans, Vespasian and Titus and Domitian, overthrew Jerusalem. Yeah? And the third part they drew was Judah, Benjamin and Levi. But the stars are rising now, the real stars. And it says, "I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." And where is that? North America. Where did the slaves go to? The slaves went to the Americas. Okay? And that's why they're exalted. Yeah? And it says, "And I will ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High." How do they do that? By their genetic modifying. Yeah? By their scientists. Yeah? Dolly the sheep. Cloning. Yeah? Growing organs on the backs of rats and stuff like that. That's how they done it. And it says, "And I will be like the Most High, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell and to the sides of the pit." And that's what's coming now. They're being brought down, or especially their lives. We're out on the streets now, bringing down the lives. Okay? First it tells you, Thessalonians, by the word of his mouth. First we're going to bring this society down by the Bible, by the words of God. And then the Lord is going to come and going to bring it down physically. Because the Lord is coming, the one they call Jesus Christ is coming back to physically put his hands on these devils. I read that and I said that in Jeremiah. He said the lion has come up, 4 and 7. The lion has come up from his thicket. The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He's on his way. And the higher echelons of this society know it. That's why before Trump left, he said he built a space force. Why did Trump build a space force? For the second coming of Jesus Christ, the Black Man. That's why he's coming. Because he knows he's coming. And you peon Edomites haven't got a clue. You're set for that multitude to be destroyed. The Lord said he created a nation to be destroyed. And it's the Edomites, the Caucasians. They played their role of the devil, the wicked. Now he's got to get rid of them. Because they're planning to get rid of everybody else. But the Lord, same way the Lord said to the Egyptians, and the Egyptian put his mouth on his own people, every firstborn, Esau's done the same. There's nothing There's nothing new under the sun, the Bible says. What's played out before is going to play out again. Same Egypt that was destroyed. This is modern day Egypt. It's going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. And they're heading there now. And it says, I will ascend. And it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pits. Hell is a condition. We're in hell now, under these Caucasians. Like George Floyd, they lean on his neck for nearly 10 minutes. That's hell. The children being sold to another white man, that's hell. Our women having their babies, have a nice trip. Our babies being cut out the bellies of women. Yeah? This is hell. Working for these devils, this is hell. So they're going to be brought down to hell and to the sides of the pit. Europe is the pit because nothing grows here. All the resources are brought from other countries, other nations. And it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider, saying, is this the man? So Satan, Lucifer, is a man. That's what he's saying. He's saying this man is totally satanic. Yeah? I mean, he tries to do stuff in the dark, but now he's being revealed. And who's this man? He calls himself Caucasian, but his biblical nationality is an Edomite, son of Satan, the red people. And what colour is the devil? Red. And it says, they shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? And how did they establish that? Through Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The atomic warfare. He's nuclear warfare. But originally these atomic bombs. He's the only nation to drop bombs on another nation. And that's how he made the earth to tremble. But now everybody's got it. That's why they're saying, as thou come as weak as us? Yes. But he's trying to take his technology to another way now. He's trying to take it to, what's that? Higson Bo, what is it? Bo Higson. The God particle. Yeah? He's trying to search out the inner, he's trying to search out the most inner things of the Most High. He can't. The Most High's got him in a trick bag. Hello? Where are you from? What country are you from? You look Eastern European.
Wrong.
Where are you from?
Ireland.
Oh, you're Irish?
Yes.
Do you know where the term Irish comes from? It comes from Hibernian. That means Hebrew. Do you know that?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Celtic people are around as long as the Hebrew, the Jewish people.
They were. The Celts were Hebrew people.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. When did white people come into the When did white people come? How come white people can't stay in the sun?
All this nonsense.
How come white people can't stay in the sun and they get skin cancer? What about that? Have you got a solution for that? I didn't think so either. You damn demon. And it says here, they that see thee will narrowly look upon thee, like I narrowly look upon that red Edomite with me. That means a factor 50 to stay in the sun. And it says, and they shall see thee, and shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? So that time's coming, we're going to look at the Edomites and say, this man here, this red devil here, caused the world to tremble. And it says, and did shake kingdoms. The man that made the world a wilderness, and how did he do that? Through his technology. The bees now, the bees are dying because of Wi-Fi. Yeah? The birds are falling out of the sky because of Wi-Fi. It's demonic technology on the left-hand side. This is why the earth has been turned upside down. By his 5G, killing the bees, making birds fall out of the sky, by his demonic spirit, what's on the earth. Yeah? His wickedness. The Edomites, the children of iniquity. And it says that made the world a wilderness and destroyeth the cities thereof, that opened not his house and opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. And it says here, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. And you're going to be cast out of rulership. And you're being cast out of rulership now, as I speak now. Because they're down in the South China Sea, they're down in Syria, and that's going to cause World War III. And it's going to take down the Caucasians. That's how they're going to go down, by nuclear war. They're going to be cast out of their rulership by nuclear war. And the presence of them on the earth is going to be diminished. Their rulership is being diminished. It's reached, like I said, it's reached the peak. The Lord is fed up with this devil. Mainly because he put his hands on the ruling class. The ruling class of this world are the so-called blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. But he had to give white people the rulership, otherwise he wouldn't have been just. But how do they rule? By wickedness. That's how they rule, by being wicked. And like I said, they don't even know why they're wicked. But the Bible calls them the wicked. But we're going to see the back of his head soon. That's what the Bible's about. The rulership of the Caucasians is being taken back. And all these other nations can't wait to see the white man follow. Because all the wickedness is perpetuated. He's got to go. He's got to go. Yeah, in order for the earth to start moving properly, he has to go down. The Caucasian race. Because what they've done is now they've polluted the earth, not only their chemicals, but with their philosophies. Yeah. They've said it's okay for 2 men, 2 women, dog, and all this is against biblical prophecy.
And they're white supremacists as well.
Well, yeah, we know all about that, but then we're in power, we're going to have black supremacy. Yeah. That's what it's about. You've got to have a ruling class.
Blue-eyed man as well.
You've got to have ruling class.
What about the blue-eyed people?
Oh?
The blue-eyed.
Well, they're all Edomites. Look, you've got to realise everyone's got a biblical nationality.
Yeah.
We are the Israelites. Where's your father from? Jamaica?
Yeah.
So you're an Israelite. You're from the tribe of Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are. I'm a Benjamite as well. You see these people here?
Very much like that.
Very good.
They are the chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Not Judah, of Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel when he wrestled the angel. And that's us. When you read about Moses, when you read about King David, when you read about Uriah, they are all, when you read about Job, Isaiah, Elisha, John the Baptist, they are all so-called blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians.
So what was the Jamaican?
You're Benjamite, we're Benjamites.
Who's Levi?
Levites are the Haitians, so-called, the people in Haiti, they were the priests, Moses and Aaron, they were so-called Levites. Huh?
What about the Manasseh?
Manasseh, go across, it will show you from left to right.
Yeah.
These are what they called us, these are what the white man called them, and these are what God called us.
Yeah. All right, I see.
And what it is at the moment now, this is why all these plagues are coming on this society. Because the so-called blacks, Hispanics are not ruling. But what it is, the Lord said he was going to do that for a dispensation of time. And we're coming to the end of the white man's rule now. That's why we got the plagues, we got the World War brewing up. You see what's happening in the South China Sea? They're gearing up for war now. And the other day, one of their generals said, let's get prepared for nuclear war. And that's biblical. There's 3 world wars in the Bible. And we're coming up to the 3rd one, and it's going to be with fire. Nuclear weapons are going to be used.
What part of the Bible is the 3rd one?
Huh? Revelation. Yeah. It says that there's three world. Let me get it. Three world war. It says.
I want to get a poster. No, tell him what you want. No. Wants to.
Now does it argue with his sky, you know?
One world is past. One world is past. Third cometh quickly. Bible. Alright, this is Revelations 22. This is Revelations 22 and 12. Alright, let's get the King James version. It says, behold, I come quickly. One world has passed. One world has passed.
Who's these things then? The films like what? Satan's fingers.
Yeah, that's these are what the signs they throw up. And every time you see them throwing up them signs, that shows you that they're everything is a sign. You see, like if you look at the barcode, the barcode is 666. Yeah. And they're setting up the B system now. Is the microchip. They're going to chip all these people. That's the way they're going to introduce the new currency. Yeah. They're going into another currency now. It's called the digital currency. Okay. Bitcoin. Have you heard of Bitcoin? This is what the transition is now. Digital currency.
They're going to have the mark of the beast, isn't it?
That's right. The mark of the beast is a microchip. They chip everybody. They've got the quantum dot tattoo now. They've got nano. You see these people, have you been injected yet?
No.
You haven't been injected?
Only the first one.
Right. You've got nanobots in you. You've got nanotechnology. Yeah? They've injected you with nanotechnology. Okay? And don't take that injection, bruv. Because what it means, they're going to put nanotechnology, right? Because what they're saying, you see when they've injected people, they still got to walk around with masks, and they can still catch you. So they're showing you. So what thank you. But it's not what they're telling you. What they're setting you up for is the mark of the beast, the micro, the nanotechnology.
Is that why they brought in this COVID?
That's why Bill Gates has stepped down from Microsoft. What does he know about vaccines? He was a computer buff, isn't it? So because he's the head of this nanotechnology.
Too big.
You understand? And he said, I said it will cost me billions, but he said I'm going to make trillions of the vaccine.
Wow.
Even one of the guys now who makes the vaccine, Pfizer, he says, I hope this
He's got millions, he's got billions.
No, he said, I hope this play doesn't go, then I'll take it to the back. In other words, I'm going to make trillions.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, this is that Revelation.
They introduced
This is the World War. This is Revelations 9 and 12. It says, one woe has passed, and behold, two more woes come after. So one woe is World War I, two woe is World War II, and the third coming quickly, Third World War. So that's what we're going now. You see South China Sea? All we've got to do is go and look at the news. They're all gearing up for the Third World War. Even one of the big admirals said it. He said, we better prepare for World War III. And God said he's going to bring that because they put us in slavery.
I know.
It's all because of that. We are the chosen people. Not the Jewish people down in that land now. They are not God's chosen. We are.
They're wicked people, bro.
They're wicked people.
They're wicked people, bro. 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 They're wick
But that's why that's why the Lord said to come out here and tell his people to get ready. Because we're in the signs now. We've got rumors of war, we've got earthquakes, we've got famines. America's saying they've got the worst famine now in 60 years. These are all the signs. It tells you that in that second Ezra. The Lord will begin to visit the world. Of course they did, but they've done it. They've done it. God done it. Because he tells you he rules in the minds of men. This morning you woke up now and you hear Proverbs 20 and 24 says, man's knowledge is of the Lord. You come here to hear this now. Every morning, every night you go to sleep, the Most High tells you, he seals your instruction. You understand? Your instruction is to come here and hear this. What I'm telling you now, it's imperative that you get right.
Because I had an argument with some neighbour, right? My neighbour, and he was like more for the policeman to kill the black guy.
Who was this? Is it a black guy or a white guy?
White guy, I neighbour.
What do you expect?
Yeah, and he was
What did you expect?
He was saying that because that George Floyd...
They're for their people. Are you not for your people?
I'm for all people.
You're for all people. Well, that's just when you're going wrong. Why not you be for your people first, like they're there for their people? And then think about the other people. But what they did is, they've done a good job on us. Through slavery, they beat the crap out of us. They beat the Hebrew out of us. You ever watched Roots before? Remember Roots?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Toby. Right?
Yeah.
So basically, what they've done was, is they conditioned us. They reconditioned us. When we left them ships, we knew we were Hebrews. What they did is they killed our leaders. Just like they do, they kill our leaders. The ones who are revolting. The same thing what they've done. And then they said, right, your name is Toby now. You're a black man. What colour am I? What colour am I? So why am I a black man? These are all new speak. You understand? This is what they've done. They conditioned us. And that's why the Lord said he has to recondition us. That's why he's got men like me and all around the world come out and recondition our people. To tell them to come back. You are the Israelites, the chosen people. He was given the law. And that's why you have the Bible. No worries. That's imperative to get right. You know why? Death and destruction's coming. This is only the beginning. You've got the financial pressures coming. And that's going to cause chaos. Everything's tied to the American dollar. So when the American dollar falls, everything else falls. That's why they convert it to the digital money, Bitcoin and all that. Right? Take your woman with you. I don't want no pay on I don't want no pay on my side. Brother, where's your father from? Where's your father from? Where is your father?
Caribbean.
What country? Yeah. Caribbean. What island? Jamaica? Right, so do you know what Jamaica means?
No idea, yeah.
What does it mean?
Not top of my head.
It means the land of wood and water. That's what that means. Now, are you a wood and water person?
Water, yeah.
You're a wood and water person. Think about what I'm asking you. They called in Jamaica. My parents are from Barbados. And they call themselves Barbadians. When you look at that word, it means the bearded ones, or the barbarians. Are we? We are bearded. Anyway, we're supposed to be bearded, because that's one of the laws, but we're not barbarians. Where was we taken from that prior to, where was we prior to the West Indies? Because you know, we was taken there on cargo slave ships, you know that, we was dropped off there. So where was we prior to that? We was in Jerusalem. We are those Jews. And we fled into Africa to hide amongst the dark nations. So what they said is, right, we're going to keep these people in confusion. Because if they find that they are the real Jews, the real Hebrew Israelites, and they pray to the east to their God Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, then the Lord is going to come back and redeem us the same way he redeemed us out of Egypt the first time. There's going to be a second coming. Do you know about that? Because a white man knows about it. That's why Trump built a space force. What's up there? Who are they going to fight up there? Because that's what the Bible tells you, Revelations 1 and 7. This is how Christ is coming. You know them so-called UFOs? What they're called UFOs, when they say aliens, you know? These are the chariots of Israel. The same way Jesus Christ, he tells you he went up in one. Elisha went up in one. They're called the whirlwinds and
Those
the
are old
chariots.
slave songs.
Swing low, sweet chariots. What was flying in the skies there? Nothing. So it had to be the chariots of Israel. So there you go. So this is how we know that the Lord is coming back for us, to save us. We are the Israelites. Excuse me, where are you from? Huh? I can't hear you. Huh?
You don't want to say.
Hello? Are you Eastern European? What part of Eastern Europe are you from?
From.
Huh? You don't speak English?
I don't want to say it.
Huh?
Doesn't like that.
Can't get no feedback. Why are you here? You don't know why you're here.
Doesn't want to know
Huh?
nothing. Nothing.
You don't know why you're here. Do you want your judgment? I can give you a judgment.
70s, innit?
Do you want your judgment?
Do you remember
You want your
that?
judgment? Okay, let's get your
70s.
judgment.
I never none of it. I don't know the name.
Let's get Revelations 13.
I don't know nothing about them.
Let's get your judgment. This is Revelation. If you're an Edomite, do you know what an Edomite is? The Edomite is the father of the Caucasians race. There's no such thing as white people. Because that car's really white and you're not nowhere near that colour. There's a white car. You're not nowhere near that colour. I'm not black, so we established that. Right? You are the Edomites. Edomites come from the term other one that means red. And when the sun comes out, what happens? So-called white people go red, innit? And they get rosacea. That's red, isn't it? Rose is red. Okay? So let's establish that, right? So this is your judgment. And it says, this is Revelations 1 and 13. And it says, I'll start now. I'm going to go 13 and 9. That's a good one. Revelations 13 and 9. And it says, if anybody's got an ear, let them hear. You got 2 ears, yeah? He that leadeth into captivity. Do you know what captivity is? What's captivity? Huh?
So I'm very bad at explaining.
Captivity is slavery.
Oh,
So it says, he that leadeth into slavery
shit.
shall go into slavery.
Disgusting.
He that killeth with the sword. Do you know what killing someone with the sword is? Huh? Killing someone with a sword. Who did they kill with a sword? Yeah, they killed over 100 million black people on slave ships. Do you know about slave ships? Right, this is how we got to these nations on slave ships, cargo, slave ships. We was cargo. We was equivalent of a goat and a sheep. We was below a goat and a sheep, I should say. Just like Caucasians, look, they love their dogs more than they love black people. So that means that we're beneath a dog in the eyes of Caucasians. So the Bible says, he that leadeth into captivity, he that puts someone into slavery, shall go into slavery. He that killeth with the sword, he that killed someone with the sword, the so-called American cavalry killed over 70 million Native Americans with the sword. So it's saying, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Let's read on. And it says, let's get it. If anyone has an ear, let them hear. This is the understanding. He that leadeth into slavery shall go into slavery. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are the Israelites. Okay? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what we're waiting for now, patiently. We're waiting. Because we know it's coming. All white people are going to go into slavery because they put blacks, Hispanics in slavery. That's only justice. Do you believe in justice? Okay, so justice. Let's get another one. This is Isaiah 21 and let's see, 21 and another one for you. This is Jeremiah 30 and 16, and it reads, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries. You know what an adversary is? Enemy. Because who would you say the black people's enemy is? Number one. In your eyes, who do you think the black man's number one enemy is? Who do you think? Who would you say? Comparing all the evils done to them, who would you say the number one enemy is? Huh? White people, innit? So who would you say the white people are the number one enemies of the black man? So this is what it says here. Jeremiah 30 and 16. All they that devoured thee. And how did they devour us? Through slavery. They had us in the cotton fields picking cotton. They had us slaving from can't see in the morning to can't see at night. We built this society. See Barclays Bank at the corner there? That was set up for slave labour. Lloyd's of London, slave labour. All of them, the so-called Jewish people, set up all the banks off of slave labour. So it says here, therefore all they that devoured thee shall be devoured. You don't say might be, maybe. It says shall be devoured. And all thine enemies, every one of them shall go into slavery. And they that spoiled me, how do they spoil? They're still spoiling us today by calling us black people, West Indians. West is a direction, Indian means savages. So that means savages from the West. They're calling us savages from the West. Yeah? So they're spoiling us. They're still spoiling us by having us, not telling us that we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. They're spoiling us, yeah? And it says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled. So, when Jesus Christ comes, the black guy, because Jesus Christ, what is you told about Jesus Christ? Is this Jesus Christ? Is this Jesus Christ? Huh?
It's like, it was made up.
This is depiction. This is what they put up as Jesus Christ, isn't it? Yeah?
This would be like, it's black.
They put white people up as Jesus, isn't it? So if this is the greatest man to ever walk the planet, yeah? This is the greatest man. So they portrayed him as a white guy, yeah? So what do the black people really think about this guy? They're gonna bow down to the white people, aren't they? Thinking that Jesus, if Jesus is a white guy, then these white people are Jesus people, right? So that's what they done to us. They told us this is a guy named Cesare Borgia. See that guy there? Stay there, stay there. See this here? This is the same man they put up. Yeah? Cesare Borgias. That's the up in Chinese, yeah? This guy here is this guy here. See this man here? That's Cesare Borgia. This is the Pope, his father, Rodrigo Borgias. Yeah? The 6th Pope of Rome. This is his sister Lucrezia Borgias. This is Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci. So what they did was, his father commissioned Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, to paint this man up as the new Jesus Christ. Okay? When they come into power in the Renaissance, it's called the Renaissance, the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Because if you know, in 1400s, he was taken down by the black gladiators. They make films about it. Russell Crowe, Spartacus. There was all black people in that arena fight. Just like you see boxing, a UFC, same thing. Nothing new under the sun. The same gladiators what you see fighting in the ring today are the same what you saw in Rome. But this is modern day Rome. In order for you to be a lawyer, what language you got to speak? Latin terms. The plants are named in Latin, so that shows that we are in the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Not only is this the Roman Empire, it's the Roman Greco, it's the Babylonian, it's the Egyptian. Go down to the Thames. They got Cleopatra's Needle down there, and that is the original one from Heliopolis, Egypt. It was given by the French Orient Masons to the Queen of England. So you got to realise we are living in a what do they call it? A what's the term I'm looking for? multi-culminated society. Because what they've done is they took all the ways of the old nations and made this nation today called America, called England. Because out of England come America. Do you know that? Did you know England sent all the undesirables down into Australia and down over to America? They were all the undesirables from England, the thieves, the robbers. They sent them out there, and that's why you got them people out there. Yeah. So basically, now we are in the modern day Egypt, the modern day Rome. Like I said, in order for you to be a lawyer, you have to learn Latin terms. In order for you to be a pilot, you have to learn Latin. And Latin is the tongue of the Romans, the Greco-Romans. Because before it was the Greeks, and now we've got the Romans. So now, it says here, let's go back. And it says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee I will give for a prey. Who preys upon the black man today? What country we established? What people prey on us the most? White people, isn't it? So that's what he's saying. When Jesus Christ comes, he's going to prey on the white people now. That's what he's going. He's not coming as a white man to prey on white people. That don't make sense. He ain't coming back to save white people, because white people don't need to be saved. People need to be saved from white people. Because what they're doing, they're going down bombing people in Iraq. They went down and bombed people in Syria, just like the Israelis do. Because the Israelis and the so-called Americans, they're all the same people. They're Edomites. Everybody's an Edomite. That's what I'm trying to explain. There's no such thing as a white person, a black person. These are all modern day terms. A white person was set up by a man called Johann Blumenbach. He come up with that term white. And there's nothing white about you. Like I said, we've established that you go red in the sun. The Bible calls you the red people. Let's get that. Will you hear about your father? Right, let's go to Genesis. Let's read about our father. Because basically we are from the same father. You are more closer to us than the Africans. You are a wicked brother Esau. So let's get it. This is Genesis 25.